Ahoy folks, Tris here with a quick little video because Nintendo just randomly decided to update Super Mario Galaxy 2 to version 1.4.0, which adds a whole new chapter to the storybook. So let's check this out and go over what it means. So to obtain the new chapter, even if you've already 100%ed the game, you'll have to go out to a galaxy and collect a power star. It can be any star, as long as you've already obtained the final chapter, at least. Upon returning to Starship Mario, you'll find the storybook is now white, with a brand new epilogue added, titled Journey. As a reminder, this storybook was new to Galaxy 2, added in the Switch port of the game, to give a backstory to Lubba about being separated from her sister Mari. So let's read this epilogue and go over what it means. Epilogue Journey. That night, the Lady of Shooting Stars had a premonition that a new star would soon be born. Usually, on an occasion like this, she would invite a crowd of Lumas to the kitchen to celebrate, but this time, she decided to wait in the garden, alone. In the grassy field below the night sky, only the sound of the wind could be heard. Sitting there reminded her of the first time she spied the hill through her telescope. In the garden, she could take in her surroundings with a peaceful heart. On this night, she spotted two streaks of light in the inky sky. Looking more closely through her telescope, she saw that one was blue and flying like an arrow. Chasing it was a purple light. The two lights never touched, nor did they part. In fact, it looked like they were playing. The two lights began circling each other gleefully, as if they were dancing. Their pace got faster and faster, and their light grew brighter and brighter, until with one burst, they transformed into two suns. The twin stars continued to circle each other, bathing the garden with warm sunlight. As the sky turned blue, the sound of the wind seemed to turn into a waltz. Hello, new stars. It's nice to see you. A starbit fell from her eye. And also, welcome back. Then she heard a voice down by her feet. Don't cry, okay? Your mother's waiting for your tears to dry. The lady kept her gaze upon the sky. I know, but these newborn stars are so beautiful. It's hard not to be moved. Their light is so new and bright. And they're pulling each other together so strongly. Their orbit ensures they'll never part. She wiped the starbit from her eye. They each found their special someone. But when will I meet my special someone? The girl asked sadly. The lady's voice was kind. The strongest force in all the universe is a heart that never gives up. The girl regained her brightness and gripped the lady's hand. Yes, I think that's how we must be. The lady squeezed the girl's hand in return. And with that, the Lady of Shooting Stars went back inside, where she was met with a great number of Lumas in the bedroom, awaiting a bedtime story from their mama. Ever since that day, the sun's light fills the garden, and it's said that the wind whistles through the meadow to the tune of a waltz. The end. So, what does all this mean? The two stars that finally found each other are very likely Mari and Lou, and in the excited joys of finally finding each other once again, after many, many years, they transformed together. Rosalina watches on, content that the two were able to find each other again. And the garden depicted in this story is the garden found in the first Mario Galaxy game, the final dome of the game, which always stood out from the rest. And its depiction specifically seems to be after the events of this story, bathed in the wondrous light of the twin suns. Of course, Rosalina is the depicted Lady of the Shooting Stars. But as for the young girl she speaks to, it's easy to assume initially that it might be Peach, given the blue earrings. However, the bonus chapter from the Switch port of Galaxy 1 actually depicts the young Rosalina as slightly older, now with these blue earrings as well. In other words, this interaction very likely doesn't actually occur. No, it isn't Rosalina traveling through time to meet her younger self. No, it isn't some weird shenanigan from the rebooted universe. It's most likely Rosalina reconciling with her feelings from when she was a child, out traveling the universe in search of her mother. the younger version of herself who had not come to terms with her mother's passing, and what advice she would give herself now if she could. Even after all this time, she still really wants to see her mother again. She'll never forget that passing and what it meant to her. Her advice reminds herself why she keeps going, and what holds her to stay strong, even when graced with a sight that may feel a little unfair, while also beautiful. So, no, this new chapter has nothing to do with the Mario Galaxy movie, if there was any concern about that. It doubles down on the ideas of the original book, and the one introduced in Galaxy 2. It gives us even more about Rosalina, and gives a happy ending for Mari and Lou, giving an end to Lubba's tireless journey. Even if the order of events may not make the most sense compared to Galaxy 1, and the part of Rosalina speaking to her younger self, it's a storybook, likely created by Rosalina herself, meant to tell a story with meaning, not document the events exactly as they occur. It's a beautiful little addition to the story, and I quite like it. But what do you all think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this quick little spur-of-the-moment video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing for plenty more gaming goodness from me, especially for more Mario-related content. But with that, farewell everyone. Special thanks to my channel members at the Co-Star Luma tier: Kiss My Flapjack, Game Explained, Cerulean Piplup, Swiftjar, Simpsons 703, Thales Caesar, and Dev Patel.